Ben, can you talk about what Kendrick Green did today? Do you have an anticipation that he might be your center? And what would it be like Pouncey to a rookie?
Well, you'll start with you'll never fill the shoes of Marquise Pouncey, and I don't think Kendrick's trying to do that, which is good. Pouncey's in a class of his own, and that's what made Pounce so special, and the relationship that we had will never be duplicated. But what happened today was Kendrick made calls. We didn't fumble any snaps, so I'd say it's a good first day.
You also have Dave not here, who you thought might be coming in. What's it like not having him after all this?
Tough. All those guys, Al, Dave, Pounce, it's Matt. It's just not easy, but you know what? We've got guys that are willing, capable, excited to fill the roles and do everything they can to be the best that they can be. So we're all excited for what they can do.
What's it like having all these young kids filling in the offensive line?
It's we had obviously some veteran guys in there, Trey, and some other guys in the offseason, but it's going to be different. I've been blessed to have a lot of kind of older guys and guys that have been here for a numerous amount of years, and to not have that is definitely different. But it's just day one, so we'll see.
You prefer not to honor the great Alan Faneca, but the answer to that question.
Hall of Famer, Alan Faneca.
You got a full offseason in that wasn't focused on elbow rehab, anything like that. Can you tell a difference in strength, conditioning, anything like that? I know it's just day one, but where you were a year ago versus where you are now, what's the difference?
Yeah, my arm feels a lot fresher, if you will, just because at this time last year I had thrown thousands of footballs trying to get ready for this, and this year today was the first day I've thrown a ball since minicamp, other than throwing to my son in the backyard. So it feels more normal of an off season, if you will. So my arm feels really, really good.
Having said that, though, this is the first time in 18 years that you're learning new verbiage and formations. Can you just take us through the process of that? Like, is your wife quizzing you? Or
my daughter makes flashcards for me. We've done that. We made them together, and there have been some quizzes at home. It's become as much of a mental off season as it has physical in terms of learning new things. If you talk about the percentage of new, the run game formations, I mean everything. It's a high percentage of new, so it's a challenge.
So what's it like learning at 39 and 21?
It's a little tougher, but I'm going into it, full speed ahead to be the best I can be.
Ben, you said a lot's new, but that touchdown to Deontay, very familiar to last year. Will they be some?
Yeah, the interesting thing about it is the play looked familiar, but not one thing was called the same. The blocking was different. So plays may look the same, but they're going to be called differently. But hopefully, we'll see those results a lot.
Are you used to that yet? I mean, just the different terminology. Is it secondhand yet?
No, not even close. If you notice, I'm looking at the wristband quite a bit, and we all are. All the quarterbacks are trying to pick up on it and figure it out, and it's not new. Isn't always bad. It's just new.
Been a lot of guys in your situation.
Getting ready to go over there if you would like.
Oh yeah, go ahead, everybody.
A lot of guys in your situation don't want to do new. I mean, how were you able to cope with it, and was it something that you had to process?
Just knew that's what was going to happen. We knew that when Matt was coming in, it was going to be a lot of new stuff, and we talked a lot before this, and he kind of told me what was going to be the amount of newness and what was going to be new. So, it's like I said, it's a challenge, but I'm excited for the challenge.
But what's it like having all the new faces, but still keeping that same Super Bowl robust kind of expectation, just having all the new faces just around you and still having the same expectation?
Well, everybody in the NFL's got the same goal. That's to win a Super Bowl. So it doesn't matter if you've come from another team, if you've been here for a long time or you're a rookie. Everyone wants the same thing, and so it's just a matter of getting on the same page at the right time.
Ben, that throw to Juju that Brooks picked off,
yeah.
It looked like 2 plays later, it still annoyed you. It's the first day of practice. Why would it eat at you? And then what did you go over and say to Butler, and what did you say to Brooks?
Well, I thought he made a great play. It was one of the sneakiest little slingshots that I've ever seen. Never would have got called, but my angle was perfect to see it. And I mentioned it to him. I said, that was the best slingshot I've ever seen by a DB, and he kind of chuckled and said thanks because he knew he did it. But, not only did he make a great play, he caught it and everything. So, to me, I wasn't really – I was more kind of smiled and shook my head like what a good play, because we need those plays. He's filling Mike Hilton's shoes, who's been a rock on that defense for a while. And so for him to make that play, I think was I was happy for him, really. I mean, as mad as I was throwing an interception, it was a great play.
Ben, last week, Bill Cowher said, knowing you, he knows that maybe you're filing away some of the things that are being said about you nationally. Do you use that as motivation here? Are you kind of filing some of this away, and is that motivational?
Are things being said nationally about me?
A little bit here and there.
Oh, okay. Well, what's new?
Ben, you told us in the spring you got a little worn down at the end of last year. How do you not be worn down at the end of this year, a year older?
Well, it helps that I haven't thrown 10,000 footballs in the off season. You know. Also, I think having the potential, I guess you never know, but the potential for a normal football season. Three games in 12 days, whatever it was last year. That'll wear anybody down. So, I think just physically, I think I'll feel better just in terms of my arm.